Hey guys, I'm Sharon from Cloud Studios. So it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but don't worry, I'm back. I'll be uploading videos more frequently, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel to get all that. So today's tutorial is going to be how I created this satisfying animation loop. At least I hope it's satisfying. Anyways, with that said, let's get on with the tutorial. So we're gonna start by selecting everything with A and deleting with X. And I'm gonna add a plane with Shift A, plane RX90, rotate it, press 1 in the numpad, tab into edit mode, Control R, add loop cut, and delete these 4 vertices. Scroll back, G, Z, and I'm gonna move it about 2 points. And now I'm gonna press F3 and type screw, mesh screw, and now this black box over here, I'm gonna make the z-axis 0, and I'm gonna add the turns to about 4 turns and make the steps 16. And now I'm gonna alt select this edge with Shift D, duplicate it, and P to separate the selection. And now I'm gonna select this, delete it with X, and so we have this one spiral. Alright, so I'm gonna subdivide it with Control 2 to add a subdivision surface modifier, and I'm gonna select, tap back in ready mode, select this word C, E to extrude, and GX. I'm gonna move it while pressing Control to about here, and select this word C and right click and subdivide it about 2 5 times. Yeah, 5 is good. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Press Control Shift and Alt transform, so we have everything in zeros. Now I'm gonna add another plane and scale it with S5. I'm gonna make the x-axis to about 60, so we have a long plane. Now I'm gonna tab back into edit mode, select everything, G, Z, and move it so that we have this vertex on top of our cursor. And now I'm gonna press F3 again while selecting the spiral. I'm gonna type convert to curve from mesh. So I've now converted this mesh into a curve, and now I'm going to add a solidify modifier to the plane and make the thickness to about minus 0.3. And there you go, we have it. And Control 2 to add the subdivision surface modifier, tab into edit mode, subdivide, right click and subdivide, make the number of cuts 50, so you guys have the shape. And now right click and press shed smooth. Now I'm going to add a curves modifier, curves modifier, put it on top of the subdivision surface modifier, select the curve we just created. I'm going to name the curve spiral. So we have the spiral curve selected, and might move this back a bit, G, X, so we have it move there, minus 10, right? So you guys can see we already have a movement. We can move this with G, X, we have a spiral going. Alright, so now I'm gonna add an array modifier and count 2, 0, and apply the array modifier, and select this with L and P, make separation. Now I'm going to remove the curves modifier on this one, on the second one we just created, modifier. Now I'm going to move this with G, X, and while pressing Control, move it backwards. Alright, so now I'm going to add another array modifier on top of that, make the relative offset 2, and 0, and at about 5 or 6. And now I'm gonna hide it all. So now I'm gonna animate this. I'm gonna add a keyframe with I, location, rotate, and scale, and move 60 frames, and going to press G, X, and move this along a spiral. GX, while pressing Control. I'm gonna leave it at that, and add a keyframe, location, rotation, scale. All right. So you guys can see this looks what this. We have the spiral, but the spiral isn't moving, right? So if you play it right now, the spiral is just rotating. But now we are going to add an empty, scale it up quite a bit, and I'm going to add a keyframe on the first frame, I, and I'm going to select these two objects, the plane and the spiral. Now select the empty, Control P. I'm going to parent it. I'm going to parent these two objects and to the empty we just created. Alright, so when we move the empty, these two objects move as well. So now I'm going back to the 60th frame, and with 7 I'm going to the top view, GX, while pressing Control, move it back and add a keyframe. Alright, so now if you play it, we have our animation. And now I'm gonna add a rigid body, 60th frame, rigid body constraint active, and now on 60th frame I'm gonna select the animated checkbox and add a keyframe, deselect the dynamic and add a keyframe, and move 1 frame and add a select the dynamic and deselect the animated and add 2 keyframes. Right guys, so now if you play the animation, we have our animation. So this is the original scene I created for Instagram, and you guys can see I've duplicated this whole setup with the empty we created and scaled it down in the y-axis a bit and placed it over here, and I've also deleted all the keyframes as well. I've also created this plane and added a rigid body and made it passive and animated, so that it looks like bumps off our plane and falls down. And you guys can also see I've created a small lever to push our roll back, and I've parented it into our empty as well and moved it back a bit. And I've also animated our empty so that it rotates a bit and goes back again, so it looks like it coming back to push other arrays back. So once it loops, it starts from the same location. And also I've added 2 area lamps and 1 point lamp, and added some light probes because I rendered the original scene in Eevee, and I picked the indirect lighting into our scene, and that's what it looks like. So I'm not going to be showing you guys how I created the material in this video, because I'll be doing a separate video for that in my channel, so make sure you guys subscribe for that. I'll be uploading it tomorrow most probably, and you guys can see how I created that material. It's all done procedurally, 100% procedural, so if you guys subscribe to get that one. And this plane is just plain, I scaled it up, extruded it down, and beveled it over here, and added shade smooth. This material is also just a Warner texture plugged into the bump and with a color ramp, and this is the main texture with the triangles. So yeah, that's the scene, guys. And also this plane, the material I've added to this is actually just a fingerprint map I downloaded from Google and plugged it into our color ramp and plugged the color into the roughness with the color ramp, and there you go. So that we have a few imperfections in our plane. It looks pretty cool. You look at it like that. So yeah, that's it, guys. So if you guys make this tutorial, tag me on your work so I can see them and maybe leave some feedback, and follow me on Insta. I'll be posting my work before I upload the tutorials, and I have a lot of videos like this in my channel, so you guys can check them out as well. And I'll be making 3 videos a week, mostly character modeling videos and animation loops like this, and on Mondays it'll be mostly an animation loop, and the rest will be character modeling videos. So I'll show you guys how I created the material setup for this tutorial in my next video, so subscribe for that. Don't forget, I have a ton of new tutorials planned for this channel, so please make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. Hope you guys liked it. So make sure you guys leave a comment and like this video. So see you guys in the next one. Peace.